Hello again, everybody. It's Tom Zoldas from Designing with AI. Today we're going to be looking at another tool as far as an image generator AI tool called Recraft. And like last time, this is my first time playing around with the tool. In full disclosure, I have logged in just to save us some time. And I'm going to give you my first experience with the tool at the same time as you're watching it with me. So let's dive in. All right, so here we are within Recraft. And right away, I just created a login. They did have single sign-on opportunity, as well as Google login and things like that, of course, that you're seeing with most any app or web-based system today. So right away, it looks like it drops me onto a canvas, and I guess it has some tips here kind of telling you how to start. So it says you can create photorealistic images. You can create a style by uploading a reference images. You can modify an area to select the region and recraft it. You can add a specific color palette, and you can boost an image quality with upscaler. So that's pretty interesting. So maybe taking in a PNG or a bitmap file, JPEG, and upscaling it so that you have lossless upscaling. That's always very cool. It looks like there is some sort of tips and tricks going on over here, which is nice. Kind of tells me what's going on. Looks like I have an undo feature, I guess a redo feature. I can make the canvas smaller or bigger here. Okay, you can touch the various layers. So I guess if you're working with a layered vector graphic, for instance, there's a gallery, and then it looks like help. In the top right corner, it looks like we can share this project with someone, anyone with this link. So it looks like you have some permission capabilities to make someone a viewer or commenter. That's kind of nice. Looks like I got some tokens right away, or credits, 50 credits once I joined, and I can earn 200 credits more for each friend that I refer. Let's go ahead and look at their pricing. So if I hit upgrade, so I'm on the free plan, I guess now. And yes, because I get 50 free credits daily. And those are calculated as such. So it says generation or modification of an image is usually worth 1 to 2 credits, okay? So that can kind of give you an idea about how many things you can generate with this tool. Your images are public. No parallel execution. Not sure. I guess that means you can't be working on multiple projects at the same time. And the maximum number of images per prompt is 2. And then here's their other pricing model. So basic, advanced, and pro. So for $10, you get, I guess, everything in the free plan. You get 1,000 credits. Your images are private. You get full ownership and commercial rights. So that's interesting because they didn't mention anything about my rights of whatever I generate in the free plan. So something to be aware of there. Creative upscale tool. I guess that's available here, but not within the free plan. Priority image generation. So they're going to render your image faster. You're going to get preferential treatment, if you will, in the queue. You can have 2 concurrent jobs, okay? And then you can do 4 images at a time. You can have an unlimited top-up of 400 credits for $4 a piece. Okay, so that's interesting. Here's the other plans. You can look at these, advanced and pro. I'm not going to go into too much detail there. And then I guess I've got some FAQ sections down here and another way to get to support, which is nice. I like that. Very nice layout. Again, in my last video, you've heard me talk about a lot of these tools just don't have a good UI, right? The interface is bad. The experience is bad. The tool may be powerful, but unless you're familiar with the tool, you may not know where to begin. This so far looks pretty intuitive. It looks like I can create a new raster image, a vector image, which is cool, right? So if you're not a designer, vector images are basically a mathematical equation that allows you to enlarge an image without any loss, right? So a bitmap, think of a JPEG or a photograph, and if you've ever tried to stretch it, you just see all the pixelation and you lose quality. Well, vector images don't lose quality when you enlarge them, so that's cool. Image set, I guess you could create multiples of the same request. I don't know. And then mock-up. So this is interesting. I guess you can put things on apparel. Okay, so I click that, and it immediately brought me a block, and then it gave me, okay, a place to prompt. Okay, here we go. So I can say what type. Okay, I've selected product photo, I guess, is the style, although it's not letting me select anything there. I can exclude things from images. Looks like I can do, okay, this is the color palette thing we talked about. 1:1, so square is like the ratio, the aspect ratio of the design. It won't let me go private, of course, because we're in the free plan, and it tells me I can upgrade to that plan. Okay. But before I get into all this, it's kind of weird that they gave me all this on my canvas. I guess I could just get rid of it all. So let's see, select it, delete. Yep, that worked just nicely. And I'm back to my image. So I guess I could make this as large as I want. Before I do that, I want to look at the top navigation on the left-hand side. So like I said, I did create a login. So I saw this on my login, which is, I guess, where you land. And again, it lets you create a new project. I'm not sure what this is. How to basics, nothing there, nothing here. Mockups, how to do mockups, how to do vector generation. So that's kind of cool. So you could dive into that. So let's look at mockups, for instance. Okay, you guys probably can't see this, so I'm going to zoom in here. And that's nice. I used Apple controls, so I did command with my mouse scroll, and it is allowing me to do that with spacebar. I can also just zoom around the canvas. So it says, all right, click new mockup in the toolbar, click the canvas to open a blank image, and that's exactly what we got. Okay, we got this big thing, and it allowed us to enter the prompt would be next. Okay, so I saw that. You can describe your mockup if you want it to be a t-shirt, a mug, blah, blah, blah. Click the blank layer on the top of the base, describe the design you want, AI to create, choose a style, and click Recraft, okay? So you can also import your own design, drag and drop it on the base. It will automatically stretch to fit your mock-up. Okay, that's cool. And then you can adjust the image using AI tools to resize, rotate, or even edit your design. You can remove the background or even recolor your image. Okay, I got it. All right, and then you can export it out. That's pretty nice, but okay, it looks like it does give you an SVG export, which is nice because, as I mentioned in the last tool review, a lot of times these generators don't allow you to actually do any sort of editing with the file. It just gives you a flattened bitmap or JPEG. So that's interesting. I'd like to play with that. Use any image as a mock-up base, and any image can be used as your mock-up base, or you can upload, or you can create your own. Okay, just drag your design to the mock-up base and it will stretch to fit. So I guess, is it letting me do this? No, but it's just sort of an example. Okay, play around with the mock-up. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, all right. So let's go back. I was looking still at the home function, and I guess we want to create a new project. Okay, so we're here again, back to where we were. So it looks like a brand new canvas. In the top left still I'm looking, so you can look at your projects, you can look at the community, you can look at favorites, history, profile, how to. Okay, so some of that's the same stuff. So let's go look at community real quick. So, okay, as I thought, so it brought us back to sort of that intro page where I could go back to my projects. I can look at the community. Lots of redundancy in the navigation, which at first might seem confusing, but it's actually really nice so you don't get lost in where you are. So this must be when people are generating, like with the free plan or just allowing their images to be public, you can see some of the stuff that people have created. It's interesting because they're just images. I thought I'd see more like product design, which is what I thought this was really developed for, but favorites, okay, history, if you had history, we haven't done anything. So profile, you can copy the link and send it off to people and make some credit or earn some credits, I guess. So let's go back. All right, we're going to start yet another project. Okay, let's do something here where I want to create a t-shirt ultimately, but I want to create an image to put on the t-shirt. I don't want to just import art. So let's go to vector image, because as I mentioned, I don't want any loss and I don't want to deal with upscaling since I don't have upscaler in the free tool. So let's work with vector art. Okay, so I clicked on that again, and it looks like these are the types of styles. So icons, if you want it to be an icon or any, I guess you could create your own brand style. That's interesting. Let's just click that. I guess if you upload, okay, you can add up to 5 high-res images up to 16 megapixels. Avoid multiple images. Okay, so then they're gonna, I guess, you know, glean what they can from that and turn and then to create sort of your own brand style. Maybe colors. I don't know if they get into font scraping and things like that. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so let's start with vector art and let's just do vector art. Okay, so I want to create a raster image, as I said. Okay, now we're back here. Oh, sorry, I don't want to do a raster image. Okay, how do I get back? Vector image. And I want vector art. And I guess I'm ready to create my prompt. So some of you may know I'm a huge fan of sharks. So let's say create a cartoon shark wearing a baseball hat and swinging a baseball bat. Now I know sharks don't have hands. I get it. But let's just see what it does because that's weird. Okay, I'm gonna make it come up with a 1-to-1 because it's gonna go on a t-shirt aspect ratio. So specify details. Okay, so this is again where you see these in other tools, like it's saying how close do you want the artwork to mimic what you wrote in the prompt. And I want it to be pretty accurate. So I'm gonna go extreme, right? Again, it's only gonna let us do 2 images at one time with this plan. So style diversity, let's see what that says. It's off for best quality. If you want it on, you get more variety. Okay, I want best quality, so I'm going to leave it off, and I'm going to say Recraft and see what it comes up with here. I guess it's supposed to give us 2 images, right? Okay, so it's telling you it's going to take 10 seconds, 9 seconds to get this going. Again, if you're in a hurry and you have a higher plan, it looks like you can upgrade it for speed. So 1 second. Okay, there we go. We've got a shark wearing a baseball hat and a baseball uniform. Interesting. And it looks like it's vector. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of, oh, that's the wrong button. Let's, zoom in here. So you can see, right? I'm not getting any pixelation. It pixelates when I move it. But then when I zoom in, you can see that that's all nice and crisp. That's how vector art works. And that's very cool. Looks okay. So here's our second image. A little bit weirder. I don't know what's going on here. It looks like he's carrying something in this hand too, which doesn't really do what I want. And a basketball. So that's bizarre. I guess we could try to tweak this and do all kinds of things as we said, but I don't want to do that. This is close enough to kind of what I was envisioning. So let me look at the layers. What does it give me here? So if I click this, let's see what happens. I don't know what we're looking at in terms of all the layers. I thought it would give me all the layered graphic vector layers, but it doesn't seem to be doing that. All right, so let's go. Now we've got this guy. I guess we keep working on the same canvas. So let's go back. Okay, we could fine tune it. We could have variations of it. That's all well and good. Okay, I clicked back just to the canvas and it gave me these selections again. So I'm gonna hit mockup now. I'm going to move this over. Okay, it's got a nice snap to grid, which I do like. So if you were using this tool to, say, do a bunch of things and show it to a client, that would be pretty cool because you can have a nice display here. And again, you can zoom way out if you had a bunch of stuff and zoom way in. All right, so let's say, okay, so this is red and blue. Let's say, I don't know, create a men's, let's be very specific, navy blue t-shirt, and let's hit, okay, it doesn't give us all those other options. It does let us do some exclusions in color palette, but we already said navy blue, so let's see what happens. And we'll hit Recraft, and it's generating. It's got 14-second countdown. Looks like 10 seconds left, so again, talks amongst yourself, and we'll see what we get here. Okay, very nice, very nice. Blue t-shirt. I don't know why it gave me yet another square, but I'm gonna hit delete. Okay, I don't need that. Cool. And then I'm gonna try to drag this guy. Okay, see, I was hoping he wouldn't be on his background. Can we remove the background? Okay, let's try that. Let's say remove background. Let's see what happens. Okay, that doesn't do anything because Well, let's see, Recraft. Here we go. Again, sorry, this is going to take a little bit of time because I'm on the free plan. It shows all of our color palette within that design. That's pretty cool. And I guess we can bring the color choices down to say like a 2-color, or 3-color, or 4-color, just to make it cheaper for printing. Okay, it actually redid my guy. Not super excited about that. Okay, so let's go over here to the undo and click undo. Okay, cool. We're back to our guy. All right, let's just say that's just, it is what it is. Well, let's go back and see if we can see layers again. Let's see, what does this do? Gallery. Okay, we don't care about that. Layer. Okay, it's just showing me these various things that I've created so far. All right, so let's go ahead and drag this over to, okay, there you go. You can start to see it's laying it into the image itself. So I wasn't picturing that it would take up the whole image, or sorry, the whole t-shirt. So I'm going to lay it over here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see this here. Okay. So that's pretty nice. It's actually doing what looks like a transparency of sorts so that it shows you sort of the wrinkles in the shirt and the shadowing and stuff like that. That's kind of cool, but it also made it look a little too light. So I'm not loving that. Let's go ahead and, okay, here we go. So see-through, I'll turn that off. There we go. So you don't get all the nice layered things happening, but it looks like, you know, it's not as transparent, which is kind of cool. Tiles repeat. Oh, wow. Okay. That's kind of cool. Look at that. So if you were creating, I don't know, like a set of pajamas or something, right? You could do a repeat, a mirror. Okay. So it's just turning towards itself in and outward. Okay. That's kind of interesting. Wonder what happens when I hit add mask here. So yeah, I don't know what I'm masking out yet. Let's see. And this is like the size of my masking marker, I guess. Yeah. What is this guy up here? Rasterized mockup. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Okay. So again, that would have made it a JPEG, and I really didn't want to do that. So I'm just going to go and undo that. So let's see what happens when I hit mask here. Okay. So it is taking away the background. Now let's see how, you know, good it is if I walk over. Okay. So yeah, it's just going to take everything away. So that could be very time consuming to go that route. Let's go back and see if we can make this like a transparent image for our t-shirt. So let's go back. How do we do that? Okay, I'm gonna grab my pointer. I'm just gonna get rid of that guy. I'll keep our t-shirt. Okay, here we go. We're back to this. Okay, we're gonna go to illustration again, and we want, okay, these are different. Okay, so interesting. Because we didn't work with vector. Okay, that's why we were in raster. Okay, so let's go back to vector. And again, do vector art. And let's say a cartoon shark on a transparent background is wearing a baseball hat and carrying a baseball bat. Well, let's see what happens here. Will it give us a transparency? That would be super cool because I don't want a big block surrounding my image to put it onto, you know, the t-shirt. So let's see, 3 seconds left. Okay, now is that a transparency? Let's see. So I'm going to drag this over. Okay, it is not. It still kept that white background. Oh, and it also kept our masking, which is really weird. Didn't expect that. So let's get rid of that. Okay, let's start over and let's start with the image, the mock-up this time. So let's just say a man's white t-shirt. Well, and then if we put it on a white background, it would be fine. So let's do a navy t-shirt again. All right, so we'll hit generate. And remember how we got that little block on top of the t-shirt? Let's work with that to generate our vector, and maybe that'll get rid of the surrounding block. That's what I think this is for. Okay, so now we're clicking that. Yeah, okay, so if we click that, oh, okay, so here we go. We've kept our prompt, which was nice, and let's hit Recraft, and let's see what happens. Now does it let us put this on the t-shirt with a transparent background on our image, which is what we're really looking for. Again, it's taking a little while because we're on the free plan. Nope, still kept the background. That's so bizarre. Okay. I really thought there'd be a way to do that. Okay, this is interesting. White background. So, okay. That's a little, again, maybe there's a way around this and I just don't know how to do it. So it doesn't mean the tool can't do it. I just don't know how to do it. But it's not intuitive to me as to how to make that happen. I'm not sure. So let's go ahead and mock up a something white, like a white t-shirt. Well, let's just do that. So now since we have a white background, we can work with that image and not have it look funky. So let's see, I guess it's rasterizing this. It's slower now. I don't know why. Is it getting slower? So, all right, we'll take this away and delete that. We'll carry our guy over here to him. Yeah, but you can still see it's not going to match the white. So that's interesting. I don't know. I really thought that there would be a way to do that. Again, maybe there is, and I just don't know. But actually, I don't want to get rid of my artwork. Let's try something else. Whoops. Okay, so that was interesting. It kept that as part of that image when I hit delete. So I still got my guy here. I'm going to do that. Let's make some more mock-ups. So what else might someone make? I think we saw a mug, a product photo, a white coffee mug. If I could type. Sorry, I know this is so painful. Coffee mug. All right, let's see what happens here. Okay, so again, it gave us the graphic thing. We're going to delete that. We're just going to, I'm going to say Control C, Control V. Okay, that worked. That's cool. Let me just copy my vector. Oh, nice. So it wraps. Again, it's got that white background, so it's not matching the product, but you see how it's actually wrapping around the product image itself? That's really nice how they've done that. So you can accomplish things like that with smart objects and all kinds of bump maps in Photoshop, but it takes forever. And again, most graphic artists could tell you that. So if I enlarge it, let's see, could we cheat and get away from the way that thing looks a little bit, but it looks a little wonky. But you know, it looks like quickly you could start to make mock-ups for, again, gaining consensus for your team, trying to figure out exactly what you want to do. So, you know, moving forward with a specific direction. So, okay, we didn't explore all these tools up here yet, so let's go ahead and look. So this is the move tool. That's what we've been utilizing. Interesting. Okay, just rolled over this and we get a new graphic. What is this called? New. Okay, that just brings us to a new image. Okay, that's the image. This must be the, yeah. New mock-up is here. Okay, so it's the same tools as we saw before. New image set. What is this? This is what? Cropping. Okay, we create a frame. And then you can move all the objects around in the frame. Okay, that's kind of cool. Text, so I guess we could write out different things. Move tool, which is, yeah, okay. I was using spacebar and the pointer tool, which works the same. Brush tool, okay. Again, I saw that with the masking. This is just a regular brush though, okay. So let's go ahead and undo that. Let's try Control Z or Command Z on a Mac. Yep, that looks like that got rid of that. Okay, what is this? Import an image. So we could, okay, like to edit or enhance it, and like you saw in the other plan, we could also upscale an image, which is pretty cool. I'm seeing that offered in a lot of different tools now. And then, okay, so commenting. So let's do a comment. This is a mock-up of the t-shirt design. Now, great, now what? So where did that go? I don't know. That's weird. So it looks like it went away. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, we'll hit enter. Okay, there it stayed. I just didn't hit enter before. And I guess you can come here and read those comments. Can you move the comments around? That's a little annoying. Can I move that? I can't move it. Okay, that'd be a nice little bit of functionality just to move it to different parts of the image. So maybe I'm commenting specifically on the hat, or I'm commenting on the baseball bat, which looks like it's going through our shark, I just noticed too, which is interesting and looks very painful. So that is the Recraft tool. Again, I'm just touching the surface, I imagine, of what you could do with this tool. But you get an idea how quickly you could start to make product mock-ups or image mock-ups or image sets. Let's do an image set real quick before I go. Okay, so that gave me sort of a canvas. I'm going to zoom out. Okay, so it's giving us, whoa. I'm going to hit Control-Z and undo. And I'm going to move this around by grabbing the frame. And let's say, okay, this is a real world scenario. So say I'm working on a website and I need an icon set, right? So I imagine this is going to give me a set of icons. Okay, cool. So look, it's saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's say, all right, let's just take their examples. Building icon. We'll put icon in here. Worker icon. It's got suggestions, right? I don't know what kind of site this would be for, but let's just do it. Donut icon, and I'm specifying icon every time. So dog icon, and then tree icon, and I want this to be specific to what I said. And I guess we can pick our different modes again. So I'm gonna say vector art because again it's gonna be icons, right? And let's hit Recraft. Okay, it looks like it's starting. Okay, yep, and then it prompts me again to upgrade. Very nice upselling there, I have to admit. Okay, if I hit option, it gives me like a double cursor, which usually means you can copy something and paste it, but it didn't allow me to do that. I don't know what that was. Okay, I'm gonna zoom back in here so everybody can see what's being created. And I'll center this up here. Oh, there we go. So, okay, so it gave us square icons. I don't know if we said that that was the, what we wanted there. It's a little interesting. These are pretty ornate. I mean, there's a lot of detail, right? So this is the building icon, and you can see as I'm clicking it, I get the specific prompt for that specific icon. But again, in short order, right, I created 6 icons. I'm not a big fan of this style or the look of these at all. But again, if you're in a pinch and you just need to get something going quickly to gain some consensus with your team, this might be a really nice tool to do that with. So, all right, I want to see how their export works. So I'm going to highlight my guy with the t-shirt here and hit export. Okay, interesting. I thought it would let me do that as a vector, but maybe that was only on the higher tier membership plan. So again, unfortunately, yeah, it says images are owned by Recraft. Okay, so you've got to upgrade to own them. So anything you're creating on the free plan, you don't really own the rights to. That's interesting, right? But again, if this is just something you're using to experiment with to gain some ideas, maybe it doesn't matter to you. This does matter to me, though, that I can't export this out as some sort of layered vector file because it's going to be a PNG file or a JPEG, right? I mean, it's still going to be a bitmap, basically. So, well, let's see. I don't know. Let's try it as a PNG. See, so it says downloading. And then it's just creating a file. You won't be able to see this because this is off my screen here. And that just gave me a PNG file. So that's kind of cool. All right, well, that's the tool for today. I'm trying to keep these tool walkthroughs under half an hour. I hope that was insightful for you and you gained some understanding about how the Recraft tool works. I'm going to do these, I don't know, every couple weeks or so as far as tool reviews with Tom. That's what I should have called this thing, Tool Time with Tom. And hopefully you'll join me in the future. We're not going to just continue to look at image creation tools. We'll also look at content tools, marketing tools like funnel tools, automation tools, everything that's happening in the world of marketing, UX, and product design with AI. So that was today's Designing with AI. I'm your host, Tom Zoldis. Thanks for joining. Take care.